metaphysical, like spiritual, symbolic rapture. It's almost like the sudden thing that is happening because, and I'm getting Archangel Michael, like Archangel Michael's coming in and removing you from a situation or from an area. It's like we're going to scoop you up and take you away from here, and we're going to put you somewhere else. Almost like a rapture, like you're just being plucked up from one place and taken somewhere else. And so the transition is happening very suddenly and very fast. And some of you are a little bit freaked out about it. But this card is wanting you to know that this new chapter in your life is not going to be a scary thing, right? It's happening for your benefit. It's happening to bring you pleasure. It's happening to bring you joy. It's happening to help you be around like your soul tribe, your soul family, all of that good stuff. Next here is Angel of Clearing. Your time of waiting and confusion will soon be over. So this transition's not going to take too long to happen. I think a lot of you are a little bit freaked out about it because it kind of came out of nowhere. And so you're like, well, if I'm going to transition, I want to hurry up and get to where I'm supposed to be. There may be a little bit of a journey, but it won't take too long. It's not going to be too long. Keep in mind, guys, this is over the next 6 months. So it's not like something is happening the night of the full moon or the day after the full moon. This is like the next 6 months. So you don't have to freak out too much, you know? But whatever this transition is, will happen. It won't take a full 6 months to get settled, but the transition is coming in. And I don't know, I feel like this might be within the next 2 to 3 months for some of you. But whatever this like in between time is, it's not going to be a cycle. I think a lot of you are scared because you just came out of a cycle where things were really rough for a really long time. And you might feel like, man, I just barely caught a break. You know, everything is shifting again. It's not going to be years, guys. It's not going to be months and months. Whatever this shift is, the dust is going to settle fairly quickly. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, this is really nice. This is really great. You know, almost like a fish being plucked from a really tiny little dirty tank and then maybe being taken to like a really big nice one. And it, like they're getting dumped in. And so that whole process might be scary for the fish. It's scary to get scooped up all of a sudden out of nowhere and be a little plastic bag. And then like to travel and then to be dumped into this unknown. You have no idea where you are. You're like just thrown in and dizzy and trying to like look around and know where you're at. But all of a sudden you look around and you're like, wow, it's really spacious. I see other fish. It's clean. Like, okay, I can maybe get used to this. I'm being fed, you know, whatever, like regularly, like... It's that kind of thing where the transition might feel unexpected and maybe even a little bit scary. And there might be some turbulence. There might be some rough patches. But it's going to be quick. It's going to be quick to get settled. Angel of Vision. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. So remember how I said some of you were like, you know, feeling like you had a really good intuition, but all of a sudden something shifted or changed and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Okay, so intuition is going to be a theme for you guys. Those of you who chose this deck, some of you may even fancy yourself as psychics. Well, I'm psychic too. Some of you may even be readers. Some of you may like do what I'm doing now for other people professionally. Right? But so there's something coming in about strengthening your spiritual connection and your intuition. And I feel for a lot of you, whatever this is with somebody not being truthful or holding back from you, it's helping you learn to separate your emotion from your reading or your intuition, which is going to make you a highly intuitive person. One of the main reasons why a lot of people can't read for themselves, like you might be somebody who even pulls cards for yourself, but you get confused. One of the reasons why people can't read for themselves, even though they might be very good at reading for other people, is because our emotions are in the way. Like we're so emotionally invested. So it's difficult to read for ourselves, or it's difficult to read for like a relationship that we're in or for somebody that we care about a lot because we're so invested emotionally in what happens to them. So something is happening here where I feel like your spidey senses are getting stronger. And the universe is saying, trust this. Trust those spidey senses, because you are becoming a more intuitive person, and you're becoming intuitive in the way where your emotions or feelings are not going to cloud your judgment, which is like ultimate superpower. Like who doesn't want that, right? So don't take this as like a curse. Take this as a blessing. I think for a lot of you, this has to do with family. I'm sorry to say. I feel like somebody might be perceiving that they're worse off than they actually are, in a way to try to kind of make you feel bad, or like pull you back towards them, like to have their pity so they can maybe like benefit from the progress that's happening in your life. Because whatever's happening between here and here is like a pretty big upgrade. Someone's seeing your upgrade and all of a sudden they got health problems, or all of a sudden they're going through really bad hard times and they need you to, like, you know, drop everything and focus on being there for them. For some of you, it's that kind of a situation. For other ones, it could be somebody who's trying to pull you into like a business thing or whatever, and they're not telling you the whole story, and they're just wanting you to hand over money, you know, or whatever it might be. Like, I don't know. Or some of you might have had somebody that like broke your heart and ghosted you, and then they're snooping around like Instagram and Facebook, and they see that all of a sudden you're doing well, and all of a sudden they're interested in you. All of a sudden they want to know what's going on. All of a sudden they're sorry for the way things, you know, left off. So pay attention. There might be people around you with ulterior motives. Your next card here is Goddess of the Earth. An idea connected to imagination, creativity, and nature is coming your way. All right, so a lot of you are receiving some pretty massive epiphany that is going to broaden the quality of your life. And for some of you, this could be a move. For some of you, this could be learning some new modality of spirituality or spiritual healing, or you know, something that you're doing spiritually. For some of you, it could be a business idea. But whatever it is that's coming in, it's improving the quality of your life, and it's giving you some kind of skill here. It's giving you something that is bringing you another revenue or avenue of money. What is the word I'm looking for? Revenue, I guess. But also bringing you a sense of fulfillment. A lot of you are like, man, I really wish I could figure out a way to work for myself, or I really wish I could figure out what I love doing so I could make a life doing that. Because maybe you keep hearing, do what you love doing, you'll never work a day in your life, and you're like, oh, I just wish I knew. You're like, well, I love watching TV. How can I make a life watching TV? You know, maybe some of you are figuring out a way of making a life watching TV. You're having some kind of epiphany. I don't know, but something is happening where you're having an epiphany, where you're all of a sudden realizing how you're going to be able to make a living, or to improve your life, or to meet new people, or to meet the kind of people that you've always wanted to meet that you can't seem to find in your area, whatever it might be. But I feel for a lot of you, this is happening as you're connecting with nature. You know, and keep in mind, this is the next 6 months. So maybe as the weather is getting warmer from the springtime into the summertime, you may be getting out more, and you may be doing things like going to the park and sitting under a tree and meditating, or joining a hiking group. But as you're getting more involved in like just kind of connecting with nature in terms of your practice, it's opening the doors. You're receiving really great ideas that are helping you make positive changes, but also bringing in new people. I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to feel very uncomfortable in some ways. Because, I mean, look at this picture. There's like a naked woman next to a tree. Like, that doesn't sound comfortable to me at all. You know, maybe to some people it is. Maybe to some people, oh, that sounds great. Not necessarily to me. But so when I see this as like there's going to be a certain level of vulnerability, maybe even out of your element, or feeling a little bit, you know, naked, or feeling a little bit like, you know, vulnerable, right? But as you're moving forward, and then you're feeling, okay, well, this is natural, or you're connecting with like the nature of it, right? So I think for a lot of you, this is a really big change in the way you're living your life that's going to be pushing you out of your comfort zone. Obviously, once again, in a positive way. All right, my friends. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm going to do a lot more pick a card videos as I promised This is it. I'm starting. Thank you for being patient with me. And don't forget to check out your weekly forecasts, guys. Every single week for each zodiac sign, I do a forecast. You know, career, family, money, love, whatever, and whatever's coming up. I touch on it every week. And then I'll do for each zodiac sign a love reading, just only love, right? And so a lot of videos on the channel. So if you subscribe and hit notification, you'll never miss any of them. As always, thank you for commenting, liking, sharing. Let me know what other choose a card readings you would like to see, what other kinds of videos you want to see. I want to put it out there for you guys. So let me know, okay? Take care.